and welcome to Xinhua Live. This is Ren Yanxin with China's Xinhua News Agency. We are now broadcasting to you at the Silk Road International Culture Expo, and we are now here at the Convention and Exhibition Center of Dunhuang. We already know Dunhuang is famous for its history and cultural heritage, and this year it's the third time for the city to hold the International Culture Expo of the Silk Road. And about the Silk Road, we know that this is the fifth anniversary of China's Belt and Road Initiative. The Asian Silk Road can be dated back to the 2nd century BC, and from that time, it has been the center of commercial and cultural exchange. People along the Silk Road will exchange their religion, idea, culture, and trade goods. And now we are going to have a look at this exhibition about the transport and culture of the Silk Road. Let's go and have a look. We are going to find a tour guide and help us to introduce about this exhibition. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Sun.
Yeah.
Could you give us a brief introduction about this series?
Oh, okay, no problem. And in the Han Dynasty, Emperor Wu dispatched a person named Zhang Qian to the western regions. Hence, after the political relationship established between the Han government and the western regions, a trading road, later called the Silk Road, appeared. One of the important missions of Zhang Qian to the western regions is find classical horses. And we can see here a group horses made of wood, made of pottery, and made of bronze. Use different material. Mainly, I would like to introduce this one. This is painted wooden horse. It can be dated back to more than 1,600 years ago of Western Jin Dynasty. And this painted wooden house looks short than others, but it's very strong. It is show the classical horses of the Mongolia horses. It is said that Mongolia horses is run very, very fast at that time. And speed is very important for a house. And I think this one shows the highest speed of the house. This is a bronze galloping horse unearthed in Wuwei city of Gansu province. It can be dated back to more than 2,000 years ago of Han Dynasty. And it was made of bronze, and it was casted kneeling, hanging, and running forward. But 3 hoofs stretched out, only 1 hoof stand on a flying bird. You can see the bird looking back surprisingly, and it's very vivid, and also shows the horse speed is very, very fast. It makes a contrast between 2 kinds of animals. And because of the, you can see all the weight of the house just concentrated 1 centimeter square, shows the master can keep the balance very, very well at that time. Because of the romantic desire and the high techniques, it was considered as a Chinese, the symbol of Chinese tourism.
This is the vehicles in the Weijing dynasty. Ms. Sun, can you give us an introduction about it?
Okay, no problem. And in this exhibition, maybe you could see a lot of the horses and lots of the camels. They are main important transportation along the Silk Road. At the same time, the vehicle also is very, very important. And here, a group vehicles made of the pottery, made of the wooden, and they are used as funeral objects immersed in tombs. Most of them could be dated back to 1,600 years ago. And mainly, I would like to introduce this one. This is ink painted wooden core cut. And you can see the wheel is bigger than others. And this kind of design can make the vehicle work smoothly along the desert. It is popular along the Heshi corridor, and it is still used in nowadays.
As we can see, there is a series of pottery, and their costumes and wearing are very different from our Chinese people. Ms. Sun, can you introduce us why they are wearing such special clothes?
Okay, no problem. And along with the territory expansion and national strength reinforcement of the Han and Tang dynasties, the Silk Road came to its heyday in 3rd to 10th century AD, and many Sogdian people and many foreign envoys and merchants, they came into China and settled down and never back. So this group pottery figurine shows the image of the foreign envoys and merchants.
Okay, and this one, he just looks very different, and his clothes are very special. Why is he wearing this?
Yes, and this statue is very, very different than others, because we can see the image of this people. He has high nose, big eyes. It's an image of the foreign people.
Yeah.
But the clothes, the customs,
yes,
is uniform of Tang dynasty, especially the shoes. It's Chinese shoes. Yeah, so this is a Western people. It is a foreign people with the Chinese clothes.
Yeah.
And this is a uniform of Tang dynasty. The Tang dynasty is the most splendid dynasty in Asian China. Most foreign came into China to do business, and some of them even can be officers in the government at that time.
So he is an officer.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And now let's welcome Ms. Huang to introduce us some of these artworks.
Okay, no problem. After Zhang Qian's diplomatic to the western regions, Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty dispatched a lot of soldiers to the Heshi corridor to strengthen the administrative and military rules over the Heshi corridor by establishing the 4 outpost prefectures, building the great walls, forts, and beacon towers. So nowadays you could still find a lot of beacon towers and forts along the Heshi corridor, such as the Suoyangcheng site. And on the walls you could easily find such military equipment. We named it wooden 转射. you could find that it was made of wood, and there is a pillar in the middle. You could move it, and through the holes, you could observe the enemies and shooting. If closed, we could defend. And here are some potteries reflect the soldiers along the Heshi corridor. Actually, there are still a lot of sites here. One is Yumenguan site, located in Dunhuang city, which is considered as the westernmost pass of China. And a lot of wooden or bamboo strips are earthed here. So the contents of them could easily reflect the politics, economy, and cultures in Han Dynasty. And here are some wooden or bamboo slips. The content of them was very important. Actually, these forts and beacon towers had the other functions is to deliver the letters. So let me introduce this painted brick to you. On the surface, you could easily find there is a messenger is delivering the letter, and the four hooves of the horse fully stretching out, the tail flying up, shows the high speed of the horse, and it is considered as the first image of the passenger in Wei and Jin dynasties.
And it is a colorful painting.
Yes, it's colorful painting, and the color was original.
Yeah.
And this design was considered as the ambassador of China Post, so you could easily find such image on the stamps.
And here we can see a series of China's Asian coins and currency, and their materials, colors, and shapes are very different. And now let's welcome Miss Huang give us a brief introduction.
Okay, with the prosperity of the economy in Han and Tang dynasty, a lot of foreign merchants came to China for business and for study. So they brought a lot of foreign coins to us. These two belonged to Kushan Empire, which located in the eastern India, and they were made of gold. These four made of silver, and they belong to Persian Empire, located in Central Asia, and they were flourished in that period of time. And in this cabinet, there are a lot of Chinese coins, such as the Wuzhu coin and the Yi Dao Ping Wu Qian coin. And let me introduce the Yi Dao Ping Wu Qian currency to you first. This one was made of different shape, with a circle and a square. On the circle, you could easily find two ancient Chinese Yi Dao, and the other three ancient Chinese were carved on the square. The total meaning of the Chinese is about one piece of such coin could exchange 5,000 pieces of such coins. And this kind of coin led to the economic depression. So the empire disappeared in that period of time. Okay, thank you. 介绍完了。
going to introduce us about the makeup schedule in the Tang Dynasty. Let's take a look.
With the prosperity of the Han and Tang dynasties, a lot of Western cultures began to influence on our daily life, include the makeup process. In Tang dynasty, females pay much attention to the making up. The first step is facial powder. The second step is to blush. The blush is different from nowadays. You could see that from these paintings. The size is much more bigger than nowadays. And the third step is to paint the eyebrows, different from nowadays. Females in Tang dynasty pay much attention to the eyebrows. They paint the eyebrows with black color and green color. The third step is to make some decorations on the forehead. The material to make the decoration is the flowers and the golden papers, and just like the tattoo in the daily life. Okay.
And now we have finished our visit of this exhibition, and we have already seen many priceless masterpieces of the Silk Road and learned about the history of the Silk Road. With more understanding, I believe this opportunity can give many foreign experts and foreign guests a better opportunity to learn about Dunhuang and China's Silk Road culture. And if you like this show, we welcome you come to Dunhuang to experience it by yourself. And now this is all for this live show. If you like our video, you can share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. And keep following Xinhua News for more updates. See you next time.